This is a video response to Same Old G's questions on what are the top 5 mistakes new GMs make. This is compiled from what I've seen in other people, from talking to other people about mistakes, as well as from my own experiences and mistakes that I actually made during my first probably couple of years of GMing, and even up to today you still make mistakes, so why not learn from it? Number 1. Under-preparing. I see a lot of GMs that under-prepare for their first time doing it, or for their first couple of sessions even. You need to have enough material to be able to run something. That means, have some encounters ready, whether it be role-playing, combat, whatever. Be prepared for them so you don't get to that point during the night and have to open books, flip through them, find random monsters to fight, things like that. Under-preparing, like I said, is one of the top things I see people do. Number 2 is actually over-preparing. Some people prepare too much. They've got a whole entire world ready, which is great. I love world building. I'm going to do a lot more with that later on this channel. But for your first session, you don't need an entire world usually. You need a small setting. You need an adventure, what's going to happen. You need some NPCs. So don't over-prepare, spending all your time and energy into stuff that's not even going to be used right away. I mean, if you've got great ideas, write them down. Or I've also heard the method, don't write them down, and if they're good ideas, they'll come back to you. If you agree with that, go for that. But under-preparing and over-preparing are two big mistakes. You kind of have to find a happy medium, which can take time. Number 3, holding back. A lot of GMs will hold back in a couple of ways. They'll save their best ideas for later. One of the best pieces of GM or DM advice I've ever been given, and I'm not even sure where I got it, probably from multiple sources, is use your best ideas now. Don't save them for later. You'll always be able to come up with good ideas. Throw your best ideas down on the table now, the next session. Always focus on your next session. Let it organically grow from there, but just don't save it. Don't hold back that way. Another way of holding back is they'll hold back role-playing wise. They're not confident in their ability to represent NPCs. They're not confident in their ability with rules knowledge. You have to stand your ground. Don't hold back. Make yourself look like a fool. It's going to be more fun and more rewarding afterwards. Number 4 is you don't learn from your mistakes. GMs are going to make mistakes. That's what we're talking about here. You need to admit it, at least to yourself. If you made a mistake, you need to realize that, admit it, and then you've got to learn from it. That applies in all walks of life. You have to be able to see a mistake, say, okay, I made that mistake clearly. What can I do differently next time? That's how you advance. That's how you get better. You realize what to do differently next time. So the number 4 mistake they make is not learning from their mistakes. And the number 5 one that I've chose was they expect too much. Now you want to have a fun session, you want to have a good time, but they expect the best session of their life. And if you're a starting GM, it just is probably not going to happen. It's not going to be overly amazing. You might have a great session. My goal in GMing is always, my next session is always going to be better than the last. And you can shoot for that. Just don't set your expectations so high that you're disappointed after the game and upset and you don't want to GM again. The world needs more dungeon masters, more game masters, and people expect too much, get disappointed, and they stop. Don't let that happen. Don't expect too much. So to kind of recap, under-preparing, make sure you've at least got some prep put into this. Over-preparing, another mistake. Don't fall into that trap either. Holding back, don't hold back at all. Throw it all on the table. Learn from your mistakes. I guess the mistake would be not learning from your mistakes. And number 5, expecting too much. Expect to have a good time. Don't expect it to be a world life-changing session. Those are the top 5 mistakes GMs make in the beginning from my experience. So I hope that helps. Thanks for watching.